Hey y'all, welcome back for another edition of Grilling with Bubba. What we're doing today is something that, I've seen a lot of people do and it looks absolutely delicious, so we're going to try it out my way. And what this is we're going to take a pork loin that we got here and we're going to fillet that thing out and we're going to stuff it with jalapeno poppers. So let me show you what we got going on here. All right, so what we got going on, what we're gonna stuff this thing with, we got cream cheese. We got two packages of cream cheese in there. We got some Monterey Jack Kobe cheddar mixed up there. We got some onions we're gonna put in it. We're gonna put some diced jalapenos in there. So we've got those cut up and ready to dice, and I'll show you how to do that. I love this thing. This is one of my new great gadgets, and I use it for everything. And then we're going to wrap it in a bacon weave. Don't that look delicious? So that's what we're going to do for y'all today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this started right here. So let me tell you again what we got going on here. We got the cream cheese, the onions, and the jalapenos. So let's get started cutting the jalapenos up. All right, so like I said, we're going to use this little creation right here, and I love this thing. It's basically it's got this lid and a little bowl, and inside the lid you have this thing, and still got a little onion on there, but that's all right. And then you just take this, and what we did, we just cut the tops off these jalapenos and then sliced them in half. We don't do no seeding and all that around here. That's just not how we roll. But you just take a couple of them puppies and go like that. Let me show you what you got. You got them beautiful chopped, diced jalapenos in there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna chop all these up because I'll use them for other stuff even if we don't put it all in the mix. Woohoo, I love that. Oh, and so there's actually another size if you want a larger dice on that. We got a larger size one out there too. I got that thing, I think, at Kroger for like 12 bucks. But we're gonna go ahead and get this done and then we'll show you how we mix all this together. Okay, so we've got our cream cheese. We're gonna go ahead and put in some of these onions. We're gonna get a big mix of this cheese in here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna just go ahead and dump all that cheese in there. That's really not a whole lot. Then we're gonna take all these jalapenos. Man, look at that. That's what we did with those jalapenos. So we're gonna take a good portion of these jalapenos. I'm gonna say about that much for now, and we'll add some more as we mix it up. And then the next thing we're gonna put in, I have this stuff from Cosmos, and it is a crazy Cajun wing dust. And it's got a little spice to it, and it's some, I went ahead and dumped it in here because it comes in a bag. And I got tired of trying to mess with that Ziploc seal thing on that bag because it never would close right. So we're gonna go ahead and put a bunch of that in here. I don't know how much that is. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, as I do with most things. And then we're just going to give this a mix. I tried to let this cream cheese sit out a little bit and kind of get softened up. So this might take some work to get this all mixed up and mixed through. And this might not be enough cream cheese too, so I've got some more in the fridge just in case, you know. Never can have too much cream cheese. We use it for a whole lot of stuff, so whether you're just mixing up a dip or a cheese ball or whatever you want. Actually, I think that looks pretty good right there. Because we're just going to take this and we're just going to smear it all over that pork loin. So speaking of the pork loin, let's go ahead and start getting that thing filleted. All right, so here's what we're gonna do with this pork loin. And we're not gonna use this whole thing because that would be way too much. So I'm probably just gonna go about half of it and then cut the half off, and we're gonna have us a nice little tenderloin left over about like that. And then we can, you know, use that for whatever else we want to use that for. So, let's see, the best way to do this is kind of figure out about how thick you want it to be. And then take your nice sharp knife and kind of run it in there. And you can see how that's starting to cut open a little bit. See how thick that is? You got to be careful when you're doing this not to just cut through it. Like right there was a fatty spot, so you can see that kind of broke open on me. That's all right. We'll just kind of keep at it like this until we get this thing filleted. And this might not be the most beautiful job you've ever seen somebody doing this. I am obviously not real practiced and experienced at it. So let's see how thick that is. See, that's way thicker than what I want it to be. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cut this off. About right there. And then, like I said, we'll use this for something else. So this is the side I didn't do a great job on that was starting to come apart on me. So go ahead and put that on a plate over here. And then we'll go ahead and see if we can get this side filleted up, which we've got this nice piece of fat right there where it's already started to go. So we'll see what we can do with this. And this might not have been the best choice piece of meat for this, but I'm gonna try to make it work anyway because I'm stubborn like that. All right, so we've got some thick spots, and I wish that would have cut a little better right there. But you know what? I'm all right with that. I don't really see a problem with that because we're gonna wrap that, like I said, in that bacon. So what we're gonna do next is wash my hands. Off a little bit. And so the first thing we're going to do is season this up. A little North Texas barbecue addict smoke shake. We're going to give that a good seasoning all in there. Then we're going to go ahead and take our cream cheese mixture and get it all kind of spread around in here best we can. All right. All right. Again, this is not the best job of filleting this thing, but hey, it's gonna be tasty no matter what. All right, so you see I got my stuff all over here, so we wear gloves for a couple of reasons. One, to keep from getting meat juices all over everything, and also to ease in some cleanup. So we'll get this on the bacon over here to wrap up and meet you back over there. All right. So we've got our bacon weave here. So we're going to take this pork loin and see if we can get this moved over here right quick. So we're going to take this. We're just going to start to wrap this up. Now this side that I got the broken areas, I'm going to go ahead and try to put that towards the inside. See if we can keep all that filling in there. All right, so we've kind of got that rolled up about the best I think we're gonna get it. And now, I'm gonna see if I can roll this thing completely around. We'll take that bacon and tuck it under that end. I'm gonna take the bacon and tuck it under that end. And that is what we got going on the grill. So the next thing I'm gonna do, let's slide this to the middle a little bit. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some more of this smoke shake, and we're gonna liberally coat. I just got this stuff in, and I've tried it on a couple of things, and it's delicious. It's a really good all-around, all-purpose stuff. So, see if we got most of that coated there. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get that, we're gonna let this sit for a little bit, just like it is. And then we'll get that out on the grill when we're ready. We'll meet you out there. All right, so we've got this Weber lit up, and we've got this thing on here. Let's take a look. So we've got that thing going on there, and we will let it go for a few hours, and I think we're going to let this go about 250 for a few hours, and see what happens. Man, I bet this is going to be good. All right, so it's kind of dark in here. Let's turn some light on. So we smoked this thing for about 4 hours, and you can see how gorgeous that looks. Oh my goodness. So we've let it rest for a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and.
Can you cut it on my cutting on my.
Oh my goodness! Look at that. Look how delicious that looks. That pork is cooked completely through. That cream cheese filling is kind of coming out a little bit in that. And I think, oh my goodness, look how good that looks. So we have had, theoretically, a successful cook. Go ahead and cut a little piece of this off the end right here. And I'm gonna get this a little bit of a taste. Look at that. That is gorgeous. And it's huge. But oh my goodness. We got all the floor cleaners down here hoping that I'll drop some, but with all the spices and the seasonings that we put in that is absolutely delicious. I'm gonna let this cool off just a little bit more so we get a little more even slices off of it. But you can see we've got some good smoke ring off of the pork.
Oh, nice.
And we've got all that filling that we put in there that tastes so delicious. It's got some spice from that jalapeno. That smoke shake on the outside, I think, did a wonderful job at this. And I'm getting a little bit of that chicken Cajun that I put in there. It's not hot, but dear Lord, this is wonderful. I can see this making some beautiful sandwiches this week. You know, you can see how big this thing is. We obviously can't eat this whole thing at one time, but I can see making some sandwiches with this, and this is going to be absolutely fabulous. So anyway, y'all get out there, light up your grills, light up your smokers, light up whatever you got, and do your thing. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you think is going to be good. Follow a recipe online. I don't care what it is. Y'all get out there and do something. But for this session of Grilling with Bubba, I'm going to tell you what, this was a success. Oh, you know, we always try something new that we hadn't done before, even if other people have, because we don't know what it's going to come out like. But this is a wonderful recipe, and I'm definitely going to do this again. So as I got the grease dripping off my finger here, I'm going to bid y'all a wonderful weekend. Go Cowboys as always, no matter how bad we're doing, and y'all go out there and grill something.